Happy Wednesday! I didn't realize I was off again. I have the thing cut because my bed's a little naked right now. My sheets are in the dryer, but I was like an hour late on pretty much everything today because I slept I slept in. I'm cutting up my strawberries still for my lunch. Let's go ahead and get this up. I can't tell how loud it's gonna be versus how loud I'm gonna be. So I got my account back up 2 days ago. Like it was right after stream. I got it right back up, and I haven't done a lot. I did awaken a couple, but I don't remember which ones, so I definitely have some outfits to look at. Fruit is fruited. I did one of my bi-weekly walks to the pharmacy yesterday, so my body was exhausted and I passed out. I normally have like headphones in because I listen to like rain sounds and like a familiar TV show and shit when I want to or when I'm sleeping. I passed out before I could get my headphones in, so my alarms didn't work and I didn't have my watch on because I forgot to do that too. So I woke up late. But you know what? Sometimes the body needs some rest. Yesterday was a lot for me. Thing going on. But it was nice. It was nice to go, because the pharmacy that I went to was it's in a grocery store, so I was able to go and I got Roe the lettuce because I said last time my lettuce had gone bad early because the one they picked was just really wet. So like even though I keep like paper towels inside the container to keep it dry, it still didn't work. It wasn't a good situation. So we got some of that. I got some fresh strawberries for the week. I got Ro a couple foods. I think I put them away. They're her favorites. They're like they're called little Slurpees or something like that. She had to have one of those yesterday. As she rises from underneath the desk. I was at the bed, but there. She's not there.
Hi.
Okay. Ah, I don't like when she uses English at me. It freaks me out. I did level some. So like I leveled the skills and a couple of the weapons. I'm still kind of trying to figure out and get recombobulated with everything to remember what I was doing. I haven't done anything to the dorms. I think I added that. I can't refigure out the, well, I'm sure I can, but I haven't yet refigured out the crafting system and all of that. Yeah, it's actually PGR. I wanted to Do something different. Oh man, that sucks. I did have like a really cool, they did a cool like animation thing. Like a whole scene or whatever for me like returning, and all the characters got to say some nice stuff to me. Oh, that was really cool. I'm trying to get reacquainted with my team here. I was playing cat grab last night too, which I don't know how, but that thing captivated my entire attention. Like, the YouTube video that I was listening to had run out and I didn't even notice because I was so enthralled in this stupid cat grab. I like the fun little games that they have that go along with all the battles and everything. I haven't done much battling or story stuff. I think that's everyone here. All of my dorms are themed. Probably. I think I have 3 different versions of Liv. I would say she's my favorite, but I think Karen's my favorite. I need to do that. Oops. I don't mean to pull you out of bed. The news thing won't go away. I did get a lot of shit for coming back. They gave me a lot of stuff. I think so, even though I'm, or even if I wasn't Liv myself, I think I would still be obligated. But I think I mostly did it because me. Bro, come on. We just got here, don't start. Always start with patting. Make sure everyone's good and happy with me before I do anything. Is that not? Oh, I guess I have to put her inside it. Into the closet with ya. I actually have a couple, like quite a few male characters, but I only talk about the girls. I think it's because for so long I didn't. Like they were my newest characters. And I also try to give Liv some love as my wife, I guess. My wife. Yes, Karen, this is my favorite one. She's mean to me though. She's not my favorite because she's mean. She's my favorite because like I love her like clothing setup, but she also carries like a fucking cannon, which I love. Yeah, this is my second version of Liv. I love the little outfit. Oops. On the couch with you. Yeah, Liv, my third form, and like I think it's the strongest one, is here by herself. I just don't have anyone to fill the space. Yet. I just start the Echo story, so maybe I'll get Echo soon. This is another one of my favorites. I forget her name, but she carries like dual chainsaw sword type deal. And her outfit is also cute. I like the black and yellow. She also kind of has the ear thing going on. Maybe I just like cat girls. Okay. Yeah, commissions are new. To me. Industry food is nasty. Add the wax going to the braised pork. I hate the chicken rice today. Pineapple and chicken simply don't go together. The pineapple is sour. Bro. No. It's not time to eat yet. Killing a hetero creature should not be included here. Self-made saline. Self-made electrolyte water. I love you. Please stop. Please stop. What do you want? What do you want? I didn't throw her. She's on the bed. Yeah, Nanami. I think that is correct. Yeah, I think I don't know if I have her or not with the robot mech. Bro. I love you, but I can't do this right now. The website that yeah, she's the real star of the stream. The website that I do my work on this morning wasn't, for some reason the whole site was down. So I actually started, learning SQL at Code Academy. Because that job that I interviewed for ended up falling through. The company wasn't what it said it was. Right in front of chat, huh? But I got kind of attached to the salary because I don't know. I've always just been the kind of person who has I guess it was the way I was raised, has the mindset of like just doing what you can to get by and not really striving for something. But when I saw that and I was like, damn, I could actually do that, and like was able to visualize my life like that and not struggle all the fucking time, I was like, damn, things could actually be nice. So I started learning the code that you would need for, instead of doing like data entry, it would be data analyst. So it would be like moving up in that career. Yeah, it was really fucked. But I wasn't that upset about it. Like I said, it gave me some confidence, I guess you would say. It gave me more confidence in myself and my ability to actually be a full-time employee now. Instead of being... I've been an independent contractor and freelancer for years. And there's hardly any... I guess stability in that? Not guaranteed stability. So I've been doing that. It shouldn't take me too long. I don't have much coding, but I think it was JavaScript I started learning a while ago. And then, of course, I always have HTML because MySpace. I think for me about working for myself, it gives me the freedom to do whatever I want to do, but at the same time, I don't get the free time to, like I've said, play games or do fun things and, like, actually relax. And when I started thinking about, you know, landing that job and getting that money, I was like, oh, I don't have to do, like, all of that little stuff that I do, like, play games on my phone for extra pocket cash, like, you know, all the little things. Like, I could just, once the clock runs out, I could literally just go play some Animal Crossing and it's gonna be totally fine because I'm not gonna mess up my life by not working 100% of the time. And I was like, oh, maybe I do like that. And, like, data analysts typically work from home. They work remotely. Yeah, this is the game I was playing and I got attached to. Alpha, Lee, Viv, Noctis. I got way too into this stupid this little mini game. I also didn't think I would have the ability to do something like that because, you know, I've always had crazy colored hair, which doesn't go well in a corporate environment. And, like, I always smoked, so I couldn't pass a drug test, but I can now! It's been over the allotted days. I think it's 30. It's been well over 30, so I can just pass a drug test at will. I don't have to just do, you know, a job that's, you know, less than, I guess, what I'm qualified for. Because of choices I was making. But, like, the whole time I was just learning, so I was typing, and then I would write some notes. Whatever. She did not want to have much to do with me. And now, of course, she's like, oh, you're streaming? It's my time to shine. Damn. I already got all the points because I think it's a... like, all the accomplishment or achievements or whatever they call them. I got all the high points last night, so I'm just kind of clearing them now. The minigames are really great. They really are. I remember one from last year that was like a dancing game, and the girls were chibis. And I had a stupid amount of fun. Really drink those. Oh yeah, I never had to do that. I've never had to do like the cleanses. Back in my day. You could either go to like a head shop and get the fake pee, or the recommended cleanse was taking like a bunch of niacin, which is a B vitamin, which like makes you get all like flush and hot, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I always accepted work that was like beneath me, I guess. Not beneath me as in I'm too good for it, but that I'm way too overqualified to be doing. A fucking bachelor's degree, man. I went to college. I'll tip this down so I can slouch a little. Wee. 2 gallons of white vinegar? Oh my god. That's Vomit City. Why the fuck would you do that? That's not gonna clear anything. I guess if it was like over the course of like a few days, you could mix it in like water and stuff. But at that point, what does white vinegar have that apple cider vinegar doesn't? I do like a tablespoon of that with each meal that I have, especially if it's like a carb heavy meal or like a sugar heavy meal. I mix a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in my bubbly water, make like a little... It's a tart soda. And at first I didn't really like it because apple cider vinegar tastes like stomach acid to me, but that's the whole point, is like I struggle to digest and break some things down, so that's been helping a lot. Ah, I missed. The apple cider vinegar is way more suited for your ingestion. White vinegar is like a cleaning product. Not that you can't drink it, but that's abrasive. Ooh. Oh no! I also downloaded Honkai Star Rail from Epic. We can put that in the rotation too. Just depending on what I'm having fun doing. Yeah. At the same time, the elevator music is perfect for focus because, like I said, my YouTube video ran out and I didn't even realize that people had stopped talking because I was so into it. They know how to get your brain, man. That and the whole gacha system, of course. I haven't got to play much. Oops. I started it because it was one of the paid projects I did. And I loved the girl from the beginning, like I think it's 23, is that her name? Something like that. I don't know, I loved her. So I would definitely go back to it. I think the fighting mechanic is similar to this one, which I'm still trying to refamiliarize. I did a couple of fights last night. Not too many. Yeah, March, that's what it is. I knew she had like, a ridiculous name. March 23rd. Something like that. Cat! Ah! And these ones always have it on the side. This level. I guess I shouldn't say always, but in the couple of days that I've been playing. Every time they pull some kind of crazy gold piece out of off camera. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. With the cat. Oh, there's something in there anyways. Doing it just cause. Haha, got you. Ah. That's an interesting little bend. I am not good at claw games. I mean, I don't mean digital like this, I mean like the ones where you get this stuffed animals. I don't know why. My brain. Ah. Definitely should have got the gravity instead. The vibes here lately on this channel have been pretty immaculate. I just got some fruit, grabbing some cats out of space. It's a good day. Space rock. Oh wow. Gold. Aha, I got it. Yes, I can eat cheese. I didn't used to be able to, but I can now. I have cheesy rice every day for dinner. Well, it's Mexican rice with cheese. I guess it's technically Spanish rice. Not Mexican. Ah! Cat? Ah. That was a quick quick little snitch. Fine. Ah, you serious? I would have totally had that. Shinto mushroom cheese? I have not. It doesn't sound bad. This one definitely need a magnet for. Ah! Oh. Got a little excited. I want to see what this level looks like with a magnet hook. Why do I keep doing that? I'm never gonna get that purple star. Yay! Alpha and Noctis. Let's get back real quick. Okay, so yeah, she's level 70. Or Da Vinci. Level 78, no surprise, that's my no surprise, she's my favorite. Sorry. I don't know who I should switch those out. Oh, Darwin. Put these on her. Body. Nope, that's just one. I want to use my 5 stars up. Oh, that's a 5 rank. I thought it was a 6 rank. I was like, wait a minute, she has the Da Vinci. I was wrong. 42. My uniframe, I only have one. Oh. It's Liv! Do I change outfits? I forget.
指揮官、戦闘能力がアップしました。
Alright, that's max for right now.
もっともっと頑張ります。
72!
ルシアたちには及びませんが、ずっと追い続けます。
I think Liv's also the only healer I have. You can call her in.
暗黒にいても
Crimson. I never played Devil May Cry. I haven't done a lot of things. Still no gifts. Oh, the anniversary unit. I didn't get to do that. Oh! I don't have any of these cards. I did get the background.
今日の作戦計画に
Look, we're at the beach now. I don't like it as much, to be honest. I have no friends. Coding, there it is. I think that was her original, and then this is final. Let's see what we got. Eric modified. Eric final. That's new. Oh, it changes the corset situation. That one's cute, but it's not as cute as... Yeah, it's a little black dress. I like it too much. I don't have any weapon coding, I don't think for any of them. Sad face. I kind of like that one. I don't use her as much because she doesn't have a great weapon. She doesn't do a lot of damage. I like it. It's cute. Just a little upgrade. It's video games. Remember, I'm fairly new still to the video game world. Pretty much if I haven't streamed it, I haven't really played it. I had a couple things growing up. I didn't even like watch anime until I was 20. So I'm years behind everyone else. Ooh, the little pixely coat. Love it. Oh, and his socks are pixely too. I love it. She wasn't one that I awakened. Polibo. Actually, I do kind of like that one better. Yonka Zero. Like little shorts. Ah, nothing for her. You get nothing. Yeah, then I don't have Echo yet. We'll get there. Everglowing justice. Okay. I do have to pee real quick. I should just open up the... There we go. There's the... the elevator music. I will be right back. I just moved my clothes around my bed. My sheets and stuff are now drying over there, but I'm not. I'm not gonna put them on just yet. I also wanted to redo. I started this yesterday, and I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have. Because apparently Liv is ill. She's in the hospital, and I'm very worried. But I want to do this before it runs out. Opening the dated report, you find entries. People from Conservation Area 109, or Area 109 went missing the past few quarters due to hetero creature attacks. God, I hate it when the heteros attack. 4 times speed, is that gonna be too fast? The data is indeed highly unusual. The people lost in hetero creature attacks should have been healthy adults laboring outside, but most of them mentioned in the report fall into the age brackets of 10 to 15 and 50 to 60. I've compiled the data from Conservation Area 108's reports. The results are similar to ones you're holding. Either the staff from both these conservation areas have collectively lost their minds and forged data, or they didn't go missing because of hetero creatures. Lee's expression turned solemn. We have to open the investigation again. The terminal rings right as he says that. The mail from the Science Council has timely arrived. What does it say? Deftly extract the information from the mail, rearranging the words as they leap from page to page to form the hidden message. Internal assessment of Fort Winter experiment records in progress. City 023, Conservation Area 112, Outpost D56. These? These what? These are all Babylonia's records. Or minor outposts destroyed by hetero creatures. The brief words contain countless tears and blood. Lee turns quiet. He knows. Ah! What does he know? I didn't click. It moved too fast. Conservation Area 112 isn't far away from us. Maybe we should check it out first. Understood. I'll go prepare our ride. Lee turns to leave the room without a moment of hesitation. The words continue to flicker on the terminal under the dim lights. What's gonna happen to us? Clearly, Asimov wanted you to investigate Conservation Area 112 and find something to connect the dots by sending you the message. Still, can there be any clues left after such a long time? You hear the doorknob turning. Don't come in here! Is our ride ready? Instead of Lee, the construct with the purple hair you saw earlier today walks in. Hello? You covertly press the alarm button on your terminal to notify Lee of the unexpected situation here. Is she gonna attack me? Hello, Grave Commandant. You may call me Echo. I'm a construct from Utopia. It's Utopia. Her black girl looks a little intense. Or a little tense. Just like closing the door, she makes sure that no one can spot her outside the room or inside the room before saluting you with a complicated greeting salute like she did during the day. World's Government Rules of Etiquette 3rd edition? I'm here to propose an alliance. It can't hurt to be meticulous in my manners. What do you want? She's just said she wants an alliance. I want you to lend me your strength to take down Utopia, Aurora's squadron secret. Aurora! Some of you, her eyes blaze with resolution, yet somehow you still sense a hint of uncertainty in her expression. See, 4 times is too fast, but 1 time is too slow. You said you came from Utopia. What is Utopia? Echo hesitates upon hearing your question. I've never heard of Utopia or an Aurora squadron. Aurora has her own squadron. Oh, I missed it. Utopia is one of our own squadron basement. It's a large laboratory base. They routinely report to a place in Babylonia called Corona? You must have heard of Corona, given you're also from Babylonia, Grey Raven. Commandant, whatever. English. If you let me your help, I will let you keep all the contents and data from Utopia. Corona? Could the Aurora Squadron be Corona's private force? You did hear about private military units being deployed by some Corona leadership back when you were in Babylonia. Why do you want to work with me? She could have easily bargained with Babylonia directly with information like this. Hearing that, Echo frowns, her fingers jittering uncomfortably by her side. I'm looking for your help because I've heard your name mentioned by a lot of people. They all spoke highly of you. I'm so amazing. They said you have a heart of integrity. You know it, bitch. I'm out of options. I have to bet that you'd believe me. As for Babylonia, I can't seek Babylonia's help because I'm being pursued by them at the moment. A fugitive! Pursued? You're Corona's escape test subject. Or should I call you Lena? You must have received notification on the Corona test subject at the Purifying Forces. After. The Corona test subject is armed with special weapons and is highly dangerous. Do not engage if you encounter her. Report to Purifying Force immediately. Please be careful if you run into her. Liv has warned you before about your about this to your mission. Fucking dyslexic. Lena, an Iris Warbler member, was captured by a mysterious armor-like test subject in Constalia before disappearing. The incident caused quite a stir within the task force. Don't reach! Okay, I'm raising my gun. She puts her hand up, indicating she has no intention to attack. Yeah, she just said she wants to form an alliance. I'm not Lena, even though I was indeed one of Utopia's test subjects. I'm not your enemy. I can't easily explain the relationship between Lena and me, but everything will be clear once we find Utopia. I don't know who Lena is. I'm just here to ask for your help. I'm running out of time. I have to find Utopia, and I must find her. Now, when these people are close, I found more trails of the Aurora Squadron after I left the conservation area this morning. I can't let them find me. I have to do this before they catch me. That's why I'm hoping to offer the experiment data from Utopia as an exchange for your help. She bites her lips and stops speaking. It's hard to make a deal with an empty promise. Corona, the armor-like test subject in a large laboratory base. Whether it's the military or Corona, they always withhold some information when sharing data with the Science Council. The only way to completely crush their hope is to prove it is wrong from the roots. If this construct is telling the truth, this may be a desperate but crucial move in Asimov and your plan. I haven't had to say that out loud. The incident in Constalia was mystifying, and Intel regarded the escape test subject, Lena, has been clearly obfuscated. Again, another word I've never had to say out loud. I have information regarding the missing persons, and I know they're related to Utopia. You mean almost everyone in this conservation area knows that the Grey Raven Commandant is coming here to investigate the missing persons. I can offer you leads. I'm certain that Utopia has something to do with the missing persons. They were often constructs or humans joining us when I was living in Utopia. Some of them came willing as they sought a life there, while some were taken there. Can you prove what you just said? I can take you to where one of the branches of Utopia is based to find those missing residents. But I can't possibly tell you everything at once. This information is my only leverage. The girl before you seems to be taking extra care with her words. Work with me and I'll tell you everything about Utopia and the Aurora Squadron. Otherwise... She looks up resolutely. You know that I'm the only person who knows Utopia intimately enough to lead you to their secret base. The constructor looks at you, unfaltering. Secret hiding base. Is she trustworthy? Is she one of Chrono's? If she is one of Chrono's, what is her objective? Still being an escaped Chrono test subject is a precarious position to be in this situation. Back in Constalia, the mission assigned to you was to retrieve test subject, and the Purifying Force was clearly tasked by someone to destroy the test subject before you and Vanessa. Ah! Sika. The young Commandant looks concerned as she organizes the reports on Constalia. I can help, but feel weird about the final report of this mission. Is it because of what happened to Lena? Something about it still feels wrong. Lena only encountered the current test subject because she was protecting us. However, why could she connect directly with the current test subject when she was a Caribou member? Why did the military show no doubt whatsoever in her identity and issue the arrest warrant immediately? Is it possible that something is wrong with Lena's identity? I don't want to cast any doubt on it, but you're just speculating, not doubting. Sika seems to be trapped in this uncertainty ever since she came back from Constalia. The timing of Chrono's appearance, the Purifying Force's entry, Lena She presses her brows worriedly. Maybe you should just trust your gut feeling. Tika ponders on your words. You're right, I shouldn't agonize over it so much. Lena's part of my team. At the end of the day, I need to find her whereabouts. Lena, one of the missing persons? My hands are tied. I can't investigate any further. Can I ask you for a favor, Liv? I guess. Looking at Tika becomes her usual self once more. Shoot. If you find anything about Lena when you're on the surface, please don't report it to the Purifying Force immediately. Maybe. Contact General Wells or President Hassan directly. We can't let Lena fall into Karna's hands. I guess that's fair. It's just my speculation, but for Corona, Lena may be the most important key in the situation. I'll consider it. If this is just a temporary alliance... Receiving your confirmation, Echo looks visibly more relaxed, even though she is still trying her best to look steady and collected. You give her a temporary terminal as a way to contact each other. Having confirmed when to meet you in the future and how to contact you, she quickly steps out the door and leaves. Bye! Commandant. Yes, Lee. Lee steps into the room through the window on the side dexterously. Can't you use the fucking door? He's been guarding outside the door since he received your alarm earlier, but you signaled him to wait instead of charging in. Should we trust her? The timing of her appearance is quite convenient. You just arrived for the investigation. Oh, why does it do that to me? And then just sits in the darkness. Very convenient indeed. If the Purifying Force finds her and sends her back to Corona, Babylonia will lose an important bargaining chip. They didn't seem like a trap from Corona. She felt too inexperienced to be a Corona-trained soldier. Her possession was so bad that she didn't even detect my presence. I had to jump back in the rabbit hole. What have I done? No, I'm kidding. There are too many questions surrounding her. I don't think we should work with her, Commandant. Well, I'm the one in charge. That's what makes me more curious about her intention. The missing persons from the conservation areas are related to some plan from Chrono through risky. Though risky, this may prove extremely valuable later on. Even if this Echo was lying, she must still know something about the people who went missing in these conservation areas. How could she help come up with a companion and happen to travel all through the areas related to the missing incidents? I still think it's too risky. Lucy hasn't back yet, and Liv is still helping with the reconstruction of Constellia. And this construct has never shown up on Babylonia's radar apart from that time in Constellia to work with such an enigmatic figure. I still have you with me. That's not a reason for you to take this risk on your own, Commandant. But it is indeed an opportunity. If this gamble pays off, we will have taken out one of Corona's laboratories. If not, you will still be able to bring Corona, the test subject, back to Babylonia. I'll request extra support. In the meantime, be extra careful. I will. Outside conservation area. Believing that she has returned to where she secured the armor unnoticed, Echo sits beside the armor while fiddling with a temporary terminal from the Grey Ribbon Commandant with her eyes lowered in deep thought. She can feel that the Commandant did not fully trust her. That is fair, as such a legendary Commandant from Babylonia trusted a random construct right away, Echo would have felt more uneasy. It is fine. She does not need trust. She only ever has one goal. She will destroy Utopia. Burn it to the ground! I can't edit. Babylonia. Dim light simulated by the weather system shines through the windows of the conference room in the Babylonia headquarters. This morning's meeting is coming to an end. An oppressive air fills the room as Nicola frowns while reading the remaining few reports. Any news on the Chrono test subject? Not yet. The task force on the surface is investigating along the way. There have been a few sightings of a purple-haired construct here and there, but nothing concrete. And the Purifying Force? Nothing from them either. Isis? Team is still searching the service. Things are complicated down there. Even by casting a wide net to search, it's still going to take some time. Expand the search party. We have to retrieve that construct before Chrono does. That test subject represents something more than just Chrono's secret research. If we take this opportunity to reinstate Iris Warbler... Warbler's a fun word. Warbler. Maybe more this way, I guess. What about it? We can't. We have to be careful not to rattle them. Not to mention the finessing WGAA had to do even keep... I can't English. Iris Warbler around. Some people from the parliament were hoping to make use of Lena's disappearance to disband the squad for treason. Even though everyone knows the real reason why they didn't want Iris Warbler to be reinstated. Nicholas sneers. Undoubtedly, some people would love for Iris Warbler to stop being associated with the discoverers of Constellia. Wells flips to their report on the terminal. Strikehawk is investigating the border of the clean zone. Most other teams are carrying out missions. Disregarding the official squads, what about Scarab? They should be standing by on Babylonia. Short help from Scarab went missing in their previous mission. Our locator shows his last known location is being flooded by the red tide. I hate it when that happens. We sent drones to search the area. No body was found, but it's confirmed that there was no possibility of survival. The military has marked Shorthaul as KIA. This court has been assigned to Scarab to fill the vacancy, but I won't suggest sending them to the service right now. What about Dark Ares? No one's frame is clear. Dark Ares have received their assignment and entered the clean zone stationing there. What? I don't know. Dark Ares, it's still too risky to send them given their precarious ties to Kurono. We should assign them some simpler missions toward the outskirts of the clean zone for now, in case we need backup. And we received the security footage from Constellia. Lena seems to be connected to the defectors. I recommend issuing a double warrant on Leah, a possible defector, just in case. You want to arrest Lena? Her identity? She can only be Lena. Containing it within the strife between Babylonia and Corona would give them more grounds to bring back that test subject. We'll go with that for now. What about Lucia from Grey Raven? She's still being monitored, but the Science Council has already determined that there's nothing unusual about her. We were just waiting for the Control Court to complete the final steps for their ruling. As long as everything is progressing normally. In that case, we'll wrap up the meeting here. Contact me if there's any updates. He stands up and opens the door only to find a young commandant who seems to have been waiting outside for a while. Sika? General Wells. Sika salutes him. Is there any news on Lena, General? Unfortunately, there's nothing yet. I believe I can go to the service and look for her whereabouts. We're both from Iris Warbler and... We've talked about this many times already, Commandant Sika. Commander Nicola! I understand why Iris Warbler can't be deployed, but Lena? It's good that you care about your team, but we mustn't be too impulsive. The time will come. Be patient. He pauses for a moment before heading back into his office in silence. This guy is Norm. This pink hair and his chest out. Outside the conference room door, with the flickering in-use sign, a man is in a colorful shirt. He leans casually on the wall of the walkway, waving at a woman stepping out. Oh, Norman. Norm. Same. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing today? Or working today, huh? I just made up some shit. Rebecca looks briefly disgusted upon seeing Norman, but she quickly smiles professionally after sighing. What can I do for you, Mr. Norman? Your birthday's in a few days, isn't it? Oh, he's a creep! I prepared a small gift for you. I hope you like it. Oh! Norman opens an exquisite box he has hidden inside his cuffs and reveals a pair of beautiful earrings. How did you find out? I'm still capable of getting my hands on a piece of intel or two. He's a creep! Collins, that guy doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. Two members from the control court walk past them, seemingly unaccustomed to this scenario. They even nod at Norman with a hint of encouragement in their eyes. Although this ruse of yours has given you a legitimate reason to approach us, you're still being very conspicuous. Rebecca's smile looks the same as from the outside, but her eyes are filled with loathing. As they should be. It's okay, this is worth nothing to my family. Pretending to passionately pursue Rebecca, the debauched son of the Norman family, never fails to show up outside of Colin's office with proper reasons. Get in, Collins is waiting. Don't forget to make an appointment next time. Rebecca sighs before handing the gift back to Norman, but he shakes his head. Keep it. I mean to give it to you. A birthday is a day worth celebrating no matter what. Happy birthday. Norman does not seem to be joking, so Rebecca takes the gifts once more before stepping aside to watch the smirking man enter Colin's office. Ooh, this guy. Hearing the door open, Collins lazily opens his eyes and smiles. You and your tricks, Norman. A shame that Rebecca didn't seem too pleased with it. Enough with that, you know what I'm talking about. Norman smiles before taking out a piece of scrap paper with the coordinates of the Conservation Area 109 on it. I do hate it, yes. I think he's supposed to be unlikable. Trojan has arrived in the Conservation Area 109. She will do her best to delay the task force and the purifying force from finding the test subject. Colin scratches his chin dismissively. How trustworthy are the coordinates? As trustworthy as our friendship. Well, that's something to look forward to. If she finds a test subject, she'll bring her to a place I've arranged. I wouldn't count on it myself, however. I'm happy as long as she can delay them for a little while. And what's next for you, after just watching from the sidelines, or are you... you've started the fire, so I don't mind adding fuel to it. I'll get you what you want. After all, Norman Corp still needs someone irreproachable to lead them, doesn't it? He certainly is irreproachable with that face. Colin stresses when he says the word irreproachable. Don't make it sound like you don't want to benefit from it. Of course, only a fool wouldn't exploit such a good opportunity. Not to mention, it's about time someone cleans up Pikmin's mess. You have to be quick, though. I don't know how long Trojan can stall them. Norman stands and nods, preparing to depart. Remember to contact me if your people find out anything new later. Collins waves as he smiles and puts a piece of paper with the coordinates inside his pocket of his favorite suit. Certainly. I'll tell you about Rebecca's favorite dessert next time. How about that? Norman smiles in response to Collins' gist. It's a deal. Stop exploiting your assistant, I guess? Rude. My ear just started ringing. The morning air clears any feeling of tiredness. You stayed up late discussing your next course of action with Lee last night, and you still feel somewhat drowsy. Grey Raven Commandant? The girl with the purple hair is knocking on your door with a straight face. Oh my god, my hearing. Just call me Liv. Is that your name? I should still address you as Commandant, even though I'm not a Babylonian construct. She performs another complicated set of gestures to greet you, which looks slightly different to the one she performed yesterday. The curtsy for mornings and evenings are naturally different, and so are the greetings for meeting for the first time and for the second. Noticing your confusion, she explains. Well then, let's investigate the Conservation Area 112 today, just like we discussed last night. I've planned our route. Do you wish to confirm it? Yeah. Receiving your confirmation, Echo picks up a branch from the ground nearby and starts sketching on the floor. This is a conservation area. We'll take this path. What is it? There's a map functional on the terminal I lent you yesterday. You take the terminal from her and swipe a few times, projecting a simple topographic map before you. It can even do that. She turns away, probably hiding her embarrassment from you. My planned route goes through here, extending to here. She traces 2 paths on the map, and you can tell that she has considered them meticulously, so much that she even predicted possible enemy locations and areas to avoid. Very detailed. Nico clears your throat before carefully inquiring. Will you bring others with you? A gentleman from yesterday, perhaps? That's not necessary. Despite how much he protested, you convinced Lee last night not to accompany you, but you followed closely to back you up when you need. If Echo is indeed Corona's trap, you may plant an element of surprise this way. Let's go then. The construct with purple hair steps outside the room without hesitation. Follow her! It's a pretty badass picture. Watch out for the Aurora Squadron over there. Why are they... This is the technical analysis tactical analysis lens Dr. Pickman once equipped on me. It can get some information of the enemy through analysis, but I haven't used it for a long time. Holographic goggles activated. What do I do? Suspicious target found. Zoom in, target area, starting data analysis. Oh shit, what is that? Start comparative analysis. Target model, Aurora Bastion, XI. Target charging status, remaining energy about 75%. Target firepower status unknown. Target confirmed, exiting tactical analysis. Desert. Target confirmed at the top of the mountain ahead. The Aurora Bastion is very dangerous, we have to destroy it. The guards won't come after us as long as we don't alert them. We need to save our strength to fight that machine. I can't get its firepower status through analysis. What is that thing? How did they manage to get it there? Oh, they got back up. Get down. Construct extreme. Not that extreme. Did I do something? Did we just lose connection? Is this not good? I failed. Good work, Tifa. Does she have tentacles coming out of that? Can't skip this. The timer hasn't been moving the whole time. It stays there. Two. We got an extra second. I just move past those guys then? Which way am I going? I was gonna get everybody at the same time. Nothing she can't handle, though. That ass. So cool. Oh god. Yeah, it's not entirely different than it was, but it is a little bit more confusing, which is probably why I've been having more difficulty getting my bearings. Oh, is there not? How am I still tagging him? Well, he's taking damage, so. Yes, it is much more complicated, so. Guess that's what happens when people like a game. Is you make money. And then suddenly fight sequences are more intense. I thought it was just gonna be this story when I started doing it, but I did a fight last night with my current trio, which is I think the medium live. Are you fucking serious? Why does this keep happening? I don't know what that is. I've never had this issue before with this game. Could be the game, but also double checking it's not razor thing. Sometimes it caps things it shouldn't cap. Why must you hurt me? We got through all that story, now it's not to do any battle-wise. The fuck? Is it just that mission? Wait, what? I think the same thing is. I guess this is my current squad. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the mission to get the newest character, but. He just run up on me to back off? Yeah, it ducks in, it heals. It's been a while since I fought with her. There's more! Ugh. I didn't do that. That's not the worst thing to happen. I do like that. I do like how you can pick or test out the characters. There's also like different there's what is it called? The Phantom Pain Cage, which is like a boss that you can like test out yourself, and it like scales with level. Want a new coating yet? I want Echo. The metal and salt spreads on your mouth. It's a booming sound fills your ears. It sounds like the waves crashing against the cliffside, the unending sound of the tide. Grab hold of yourself and reorient your consciousness from these stimuli of unknown origins. And then, you suddenly see a small spot of light amidst the eternal darkness. Like a moth to a flame, you desperately want to approach that ethereal light. Driven by your desire to go forward, your legs are formed. Motivated to touch the light, your hands are also formed. The closer you are to the light, the more complete yourself is. The closer you are to the light, the louder the sound of the tide. But as your finger touches the light, a violent quake reverberates throughout the area as if a dying star is collapsing on itself. Suddenly, light fills your vision. But right after that, the world returns to silent darkness. You hear my heart. Open your eyes. You wake up in a cold sweat as if the nightmare still has a hold on you. Clutching your pounding heart, you open your eyes to observe your surroundings. You are in a room that can only be described as dilapidated. An old wooden bed, cracked and moldy walls, and a ceiling covered in cobwebs form the room. The smell of decay fills the air, offering a hint of how old this abandoned structure is. Strange. It's not just the environment, you are a stranger to yourself as well. I hate when that happens. Kidding. You're here. Why are you here? Why did you wake up here? Where you came from, where you're going. Your mind goes blank, you cannot recall anything. Regardless, get moving first. You hear a voice in your heart. Following its calling, you get off the bed. You see a courtyard surrounded by broken fences through the window. Beyond that is a dense forest. You seem to be in the countryside near a town. You can also hear the faint clashes of the waves hitting the shore. You might be in a coastal area. You step out of the room and walk downstairs. Your movement breaks the long-held silence of this decrepit estate. The sunlight illuminates the dust in the air through the gaps of the thick, musty curtains. With an extended creak, the battered door is open once again. Weeds fill the unmaintained garden between you and the rusty iron gate to the forest path outside. The world immediately becomes larger, but that only makes you feel smaller. Is there anyone? Before you finish speaking in your raspy voice, you seem to have caught something in the corners of your eyes. There appears to be a small cemetery by the courtyard. A hooded girl kneels before a gravestone. Her head lowered and her palms clasped together, she seems to be mourning the dead buried there. Even when you approach her, she does not move for a few minutes. What are you doing here? Overwhelmed by your confusion, you cannot help but ask her. Hearing you, the girl slowly stands up. She turns around to face you as she opens her eyes. She looks mischievous. It was nothing. I was simply saying goodbye. And even though you took longer than expected, I've been waiting for you to wake up. Why are you waiting for me? Because only you can stop the sound of the tide and end the eternal cycle. I should introduce myself. My name is Cradle. Now she looks all sweet, as if she wasn't just sitting there menacingly. You can consider me your servant, your companion, anything you like. My duty is to guide you. You are now on the path of the Cursed Queller, which is why you woke up in a blank state. Your erased self will only be returned once the sound of the tide stops. The girl named Cradle explains to you after you've forgotten everything. Regrettably, you do not understand anything she just said. The amount of information threatens to suffocate you. Luckily, now you have something to ponder over. Your body functions automatically out of forgotten habits before you realize, processing Cradle's words over and over again, trying to deduce their meaning. What is the sound of the tide? It is the calamity that threatens to purge the world. It is the tragedy that never ends. You can hear it, can't you? The surging waves that are echoing in your ears, thumping and wailing. Indeed, you have been hearing the sound of the tide from afar since you woke up. What does that have to do with the calamity? You don't seem to comprehend fully. But that's okay. It's easier to show you than tell you. It's almost time anyway. It's almost time! You start to feel uneasy. I'm anxious. Hush. She raises her index finger and holds it by your lips. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? The approaching tidal wave. The chilling sound of the tide. The sky darkens in an instant. Dark clouds approach from the horizon, covering the bright sky in shadows. That is... Only after you observe carefully do you realize that those are not storm clouds that are approaching. That is a tidal wave that is large enough to cover the sky. What? You cannot move, as if your feet were nailed to the ground. There is no reason to run. There is no way you can outrun it. Several breaths later, the tide is already visible to you. The tide that will devour all. Nothing can survive its wrath. We are out of luck this time, but that's alright. There's always next time. Next time? The thunderous tide gets closer and closer, almost deafening you. I'll see you soon, then. The girl smiles as she says it, and she closes her eyes before you are both taken by the world-ending tide. You wake up in a cold sweat as if the nightmare still has a hold on you. Clutching your pounding heart, you open your eyes to observe your surroundings. An old wooden bed, cracked in moldy walls, and a ceiling covered in cobwebs from the room. It is the same view as before. You have woken up in the same room. Realizing something, you rush out of the crumbled house. Unsurprisingly, you run into the hooded girl at the cemetery again. We meet again. Our time was brief, but you must have remembered my name, right? Is this the cycle you were talking about? Why does she look so happy? That's right, the great tide surges from the depths of the ocean after a set period of time, devouring all. Afterward, everything is reset to how it was in the beginning. People forget what they have experienced, and they forget the calamity that is coming. Time is therefore stopped. Tomorrow doesn't arrive for anyone. It's Groundhog's Day. I don't know why I thought there was like a guy walking. But neither of us has forgotten the tide. Hence why we need people like you to stop it. What's happening to this world? This world was destroyed once. After the age of mist, the surviving humans began to rebuild their civilizations on top of the ruins of the war. Where the wisdom of the ancients became undecipherable mysteries, people had to start from nothing, slowly repeating what had happened. Somewhere along the way, the sound of the tide began to appear. It destroyed the world over and over again, as if trying to keep humanity's future locked away. That is the state of the world now, but don't think that I have all the answers. I have no knowledge of your past or where the sound of the tide came from. I was assigned a duty, and I'm simply doing what I've been tasked to do. So stopping the sound of the tide is my duty? A quick learner. No one knows why the world is the way it is. In my opinion, however, let's figure out the how before the why. The calamity is right before us. If we don't want the same tragedy to repeat, we must take action right now. You do not know the true nature of the sound of the tide or why you've been given this duty, but you must take action first, as Cradle said. In that case, allow me to accompany you if you don't have a concrete plan yet. There's a small town by the shore nearby. You can familiarize your whereabouts there. You can act after you made up your mind. There's no rush. I don't seem to have a choice anyway. Even I forget how I got here. I'm sorry. But I can promise you something, even in this world with very few guarantees. No matter how your journey ends, I'll be there with you until the very last moment. Aww. Welcome, Outlander! Choose wisely the adventure difficulty according to your abilities. The higher the difficulty, the better the rewards. I guess. Consciousness will stay stable for 30 seconds longer in this stage. You may get lonely going on an adventure alone, so invite some friend. I don't have any. I have no friends. Recruitment. You're not satisfied with the current companion, just tap refresh. Choose a companion. This for recruiting your companion will activate bond. This buff does not have a deployment limit, but means that it will be effective even when the companion is not on field. Recruiting the same companion multiple times will increase the companion's star. I only have one at a time. Dude, the way they build the story for that was really insane. And it was like insane in a really cool way. An abandoned courtyard sits on the outskirts of a small town. Oh, amnesia, cursed dweller. I said cursed dweller. Your journey shall begin here. The enemy should have sundered as they already completely surrounded by you. She's all I have. I kind of tutorialed myself yesterday. Or it was 2 days ago, I think, that I did the stuff with her. He's the only one hearing? He was just I was expecting another wave, which is why I didn't use the super. Small tin bread cookie pile. Oh, wow. I don't remember Sophia. Right. Parts of the adventure has been automatically saved and you can resume at any time. Okay, I can figure it. Downfall crystals you obtain on your journey from missions can be used to increase progress level. Hands-on reports. Nope. Can't use arrows for that one. Oh, that was curse wave. Okay. Can't recruit anyone. Can't edit the team. We've been through this. Yeah, is this tentacles coming out of the inside of that? Scary! I really wanted to do this story. Blame Aurora. Did it again. Gotta be the mission. I was looking at the subreddit. Weapon skins. It's 2023. It doesn't say. It doesn't say anyone else is having the issue. I have to... If I get recruitments from the Cursed Wave, do I get them in this? Because it seems like it's just gonna be her. Is it something I'm doing? Can I not target lock? Can I just pretend it's not happening? They can't assemble because they're bugged. Let's go. The timer's stuck again. He's still taking damage though? This is very fairy tale vibes with that. Did I do it? Did I push through? Ah, I got to the next space! Kirby's held aside you struggling, even with your help. The effects of the interferences on her mind are still going to take some time before they wear off. Why would that thing show up here? Should we route you to the conservation area? I can still fight. With the ambush here, we now know that the destruction of the conservation area 112 must be related to Utopia. Stick to our route and we should arrive in the conservation area 112 tomorrow morning. There's an abandoned outpost ahead of us. Let's rest there tonight. As Echo explains her arrangement, your terminal suddenly rings. You open the terminal to find new announcements from Babylonia. The first of which is... Former Iris Warbler member Lena is suspected of defecting. Under the announcement is a blurry photo in which a figure stands next to the armor holding Echo. Apparently it's a camera mode issue. Is it? How do I fix that? Under the announcement is a blurry photo in which a figure stands next to the armor holding Echo. T-cell. Lena didn't defect or collude with any defector. Echo frowns and interrupts you angrily. That construct was indeed the one that took Cicely and me away from Constellia. He saved me because he believed I had the potential to become transcendent. But we parted way after I regained consciousness. If Echo wanted to take revenge on Corona while being hunted by both Babylonian Utopia's Aurora Squadron, she could have easily chosen the defector's assistance. No particular reason, we just hold different principles towards things. T-cell? Righteous and justice. You think they exist in this world? Were the things you experienced not enough to open your eyes? Only power is eternal. You can only achieve the things you said if you have power. What a naive child. Go if you want. I won't stop you. You'll die in the righteousness and justice you so insist one day. He and I are seeking different things. People say to hit the switch camera mode. It's... okay. Yeah, oh, you said just now from Lena's perspective. It should still be Y, because I don't think I've adjusted anything. Echo never fails to look melancholic when she mentions Lena. I met... Is it Lena? I met Lena, not Lena. Lena back in Utopia, but she didn't defect, and I never used her identity to collaborate with any defectors either. She helped me tremendously and taught me a lot when I was in Utopia. All I wanted to destroy Utopia and find Lena. You have information on Lena? We got separated when we escaped, but I'm sure she didn't die. She told me she would escape. Lena was a member of Caribou, which was a squad directly under Nicola's command. You've only heard that each member had different identities, but no one has ever known the truth. Is Nicola aware of Lena's disappearance? We'll change the mouse control can detect a move, which should fix. Oh, I already read that. How did Echo replace Lena after Constellia? Why is she so desperate to find Lena now? I didn't clarify it in the beginning because I would sound guilty no matter how I described it. But everything will be clear once we find Utopia. This still sounds like an empty promise. I'm sorry I can't offer you more right now. But I know that Babylonia probably wants to take advantage of my identity as a test subject. Justice is bound to echo through the land. When Utopia is destroyed and the war squadron receives their deserving demise, I will go to Babylonia with you. That is, if we uphold our current alliance. I know Utopia has been researching the mind, but I didn't know he was capable of this already. Recalling the weapon you encountered during the previous fight, you have indeed never heard of something that can directly interfere with a construct's mind. Oh no! Put my bubbly water in a cup today, so I'm not drinking from another giant ass bottle. It's the only cup I have that's not packed away. I need you to connect me to stabilize my mind so we can enter Utopia. As for the question you have on Lena, me, and Aurora Squadron, I'll slowly tell you everything just like I promised. Your terminal buzzes again. It's Lee's message. He has checked the surroundings and confirmed that Echo is not intentionally leading you to Corona's trap. I don't need you to trust me. We're just using each other to get what we need. Purple's hair girl's eyes glisten with resolve. You'll get intel on Utopia and the Corona test subject, and I will find Lena and destroy Utopia. A pleasure working with ya. You interrupt Echo seemingly... Hey Sherry, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. You interrupt Echo seemingly just before she is about to make a speech. From the information you have gathered so far, there is an unquestionable connection between Echo, Aurora Squadron, and the flying fortress near Utopia. Any new information you can get from her will certainly help Asimov in your plan. And how will Project Winter and Aurora Squadron be linked? When we stop to rest tonight, tell me your story then. That's gonna be a long one. I should definitely get some sleep. Hey, I made it through. Utopia was a wonderful place. I lived there for as long as I can remember. They took in many children and constructs. Some constructs formed the Aurora Squadron, while others were charged with maintaining the operation of Utopia. The person in charge of Utopia was Dr. Pickman. Dr. Pickman made many rules for Utopia, teaching us about truth and justice through beautiful songs, telling us that we must follow them so that we could contribute to the world when we grow up. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Oh, she's so cute! Walk in the path of the wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Be fair, be just, be humble, be prudent. You're here, Doctor. Alyssa, did you study hard today? The scrawny, middle-aged man watches the young child lovingly with his golden eyes. It doesn't look lovingly. Of course, didn't I tell you I was going to be the best prefect in Utopia? I know the Utopia protocols like the back of my hand. Good girl. Ooh, I didn't like saying that. Using controllers, I guess it's like, oh, that's fair. My controller's in the box in the closet, so. Should I reward you for your favorite snack? With your favorite snack during dinner? The orange flavored one you love? Thank you. The man with golden eyes smiles as he leans down and pats young Alyssa on the shoulders. I know this is gonna be the best of us. It is almost time, Doctor. I almost forgot the important thing. Come with me for a second. There's something I need your help with for the experiment. Yes, Doctor. Pickman nods at the teacher, and the teacher immediately puts down the textbook and follows Pickman out of the room. She looks barely older than the girl. Adults in their business. She doesn't look like an adult. Her lesson interrupted. Alyssa puts down her book at a loss. But study time isn't over yet. What should I do? I'll go find Cicely. Cicely is the best stories. That also counts as studying, I think. Having ruminated about what to do, Alyssa happily decides the plan for the rest of her study time. Inside Utopia, a couple of constructs are sitting or standing in a quiet corner focusing on their work. Good morning, Cicely. Alyssa intentionally lowers her voice as she carefully runs into a construct with long purplish gray hair. She holds her skirt up quite slightly and performs a complicated curtsy. Alyssa, is your class over already? The female construct named Cicely smiles gently and tucks away her hair before she reaches out, performing a curtsy in return and gesturing for Alyssa to sit down. What did you learn today? The teacher didn't teach anything new. We just revisited the Utopia protocols today. The teacher got called away halfway through the class. I suppose there's something important that needed to be done. Cicely looks down, complicated emotions flashing past her eyes. I see. How about I tell you a story? Yeah. Do you remember where we were last time, Alyssa? Little Eliza was going to look for her brothers. Poor Eliza, I wouldn't have known what to do. Right. Eliza ran into an old woman in the woods. The kind woman told her about the 11 crowned swans swimming along the nearby river. The old woman gave Eliza some fruits and guided her to a winding river ahead of them. After saying goodbye to the kind woman, Eliza walked along the river until she reached the beautiful ocean. The waves from the ocean produced 11 white swan feathers. When the sun was about to set, little Eliza saw 11 crowned swans descending from the sky. Alyssa raises her hand to indicate she has something to say. Alyssa, do you have a question? What does that ocean look like? Cicely pauses and tucks her hair away again before holding Alyssa in her arms. The ocean is where many rivers and streams converge. It is endless and boundless, so expansive that it looks like it will go on forever. I've seen a golden ocean when its waves reflected the morning light. I've seen a pink ocean during the golden hours of twilight. I've seen its water the darkest blue during a storm. Whoa. Alyssa listens to Cicely's description longingly. You'll see the ocean one day, Alyssa. She smiles and caresses Alyssa's forehead. Oh, really? Like Eliza did? Of course. Little Eliza held on to her kindness and purity, which is why the evil queen's toad magic failed to take hold. She could only reunite with her brothers in the end because she never gave up. So there's nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually the door to the room opens and a female construct enters, suddenly poking at Cicely. Ahem. Nada! Alright, Alyssa, we'll end today's stories here, okay? I have to follow Utopia's rules and go do my job now. Okay. Despite how much she wants to keep listening to Eliza's story, Alyssa nods cooperatively. I keep, like, sliding down my chair. If you hear it, that's what that is. Goodbye, Cicely. Goodbye, Nada. Alyssa jumps down from the chair next to Cicely and performs a standard salute before departing. They're complicated greetings. This is interesting. Ah, I forgot my book. Alyssa realizes she forgot something before she walks out the door. Turning around, she notices Nada say something to Cicely. Cicely, you know full well. She's just a kid, Nada. She doesn't understand anything. Don't blame a child for the sin. We should be the ones working hard. The sin? Forget it, I was being rash. Alyssa's a good kid. Have you found those people? Do you show them any inclination to escape this place? Pikmin has been too good to them. He's basically flawless, providing food, sufficient water, plentiful care, and fair rules. They all see Pikmin as their savior, believing he is sincerely building this place as a real utopia. I released a lot of internal information on the lab, but they wouldn't believe it. Yeah, there are enough supplies in this place. Food, sufficient water, fair rules. Who can say no to these things in this day and age? Ah, I feel that. Does he not love everyone in this utopia sincerely? He's done plenty indeed. He even punished the leading figures who caused the disturbance, only because they disrupted Utopia's order. Cicely, don't get angry, those are the truths. But you know how Zika... I know, which is why I'll think of a way. There's no use rushing, Nada. Have you got the code to the door outside? I got it. I placed it somewhere they'd never think of. I'll arrange what happens later. Don't be impulsive. We will escape this with Zika and Arabella. Justice will eventually prevail, won't it? Enough with these lies for children. We wouldn't have been in this hell if justice existed. Anna pushes the door open angrily and leaves. That was a lot to catch for just turning around to get your book. My teacher told me not to interrupt people's conversations, so Cicely left by the time I knocked on the door. I didn't understand what Cicely was saying back then, but now, she must have thought about leaving as well. Unfortunately, I figured it out too late. Although Echo's sadness seems genuine, you cannot let down your guard just because of a short story. Cicely, you seem to have seen this name before. Was it from the annual list of deceased construct or somewhere else? If Cicely was a Babylonia construct, there must be a file for her up there. Echo lowers her head slightly. The fabled armor, like Corona test subject, sits right beside her, gently touching Echo's shoulders. Why would they want to escape Utopia if Utopia was that good? Dr. Pickman even sounds like a rare altruist from Echo's descriptions. Food, sufficient water, plentiful care, fair rules. Even Babylonia cannot guarantee to everyone who enters a conservation area now. Why would those constructs plan to escape if that was the case? I was the cause of all these sins. What sins? Utopia might not exist if it weren't for me, and they wouldn't have had. But that's another story. Rest, we still have a long way to go tomorrow. She fiddles with the campfire and the surroundings grow dim. Man, the storytelling's so good. So good. The dawning sun rises above the horizon, outlining the silhouette of Conservation Area 112. It's right ahead. Is everything okay? My mind is hurting a little bit. I guess it's the effects of yesterday's interference. It's nothing major. Let's keep moving. It's kind of funny that that's the one that bugs. It's the one where they interfere with the mind. Babylonia has registered Conservation Area 112 as Hetero Creature Ambush Conservation Area, an outpost destroyed because of hetero creatures. Only a few residents who went out to gather supplies managed to escape. Everyone else in the conservation area, including the task force that went to help, did not survive the incident. It was a while before some remains were found in the nearby field, but those could not be confirmed to belong to residents from the Conservation Area 112. However, if Asimov saw records of this conservation area in the internal experiment reports from Fort Winter, is the destruction area of Conservation 112 related to Utopia as well? I can't remember exactly, but Utopia did take in a lot of people every once in a while. Some of them were humans, and some were heavily injured constructs. I occasionally talked to them in between classes. All I remember is they seemed to come from many different places, conservation areas, Forsaken, and even Babylonia. Cicely came from Babylonia, as a matter of fact. For some reason, she always shook her head with a smile when I asked about Babylonia as well, as if she was upset. Echo presses her forehead again. Your mind is still in pain? Yeah, but it should be nothing severe. Let's take a break. Sounds good. Surprisingly, Echo does not protest your request to rest for once. You choose a somewhat cleaner spot by the road to sit down. You take this time to send Lee all the information you have gathered from Echo's story and ask him to encrypt it before sending it to Asimov. From what you have gathered, Corona likely has a secret force called Aurora Squadron on the surface, based in a flying fortress called Utopia. Dr. Pickman was in charge of Utopia, and Utopia took in some constructs from Babylonia, as one of them was named Cicely. Would Corona really create a place that was meant to take in injured constructs and folks from conservation areas out of the kindness of their heart? You quickly finish editing your message before calling Echo to continue the journey, but you hear the humming of the armor instead. That armor's so creepy. Echo? Cicely? No, father? No? A mind interference? You hear a low buzz from ahead of you, and notice a drone equipped with a mind disruptor. Close my phone. Lee is nearby. You immediately message him for reinforcement while inspecting Echo's status. Echo? Commandant. Echo seems still somewhat conscious. Contact Asimov through an encrypted channel. Live? Speak quickly. It's risky to contact me this way. How to stabilize the mind being interfered this way? You want me to diagnose this through a call? What kind of magical doctor do you think I am? Briefly describe mind disruptor you saw. A device that attacks the mind directly? Asimov finally sounds intrigued. If she's still conscious, connect to her and enter her deep mind. Oh! Try to stabilize her from within. But it's risky. After all, you have to perform a deep mind connection with her using your mind beacon. No one knows what exists in the mind of a construct Babylonia hasn't registered. How did you get involved with her? This is a temporary alliance. Temporary alliance? She has something we want. If you can bring Echo back to Babylonia before the Purifying Force does, you will be a step ahead of Corona. It's dangerous, but it's plausible. Be careful. Bring me a sample of that mind disruptor device. I have to hang up. Call me on this channel again if there's emergency. Asimov ends the call. Can you hear me, Echo? Echo struggles to respond to you. I have to establish a mind connection with you to stabilize your mind. Echo raises a finger indicating she is ready. Commencing mind connection. Going in her head? Oh my god. The fuck? For a second, I was like, am I Liv? Yes, I am, but not that Liv. This is the Utopia Lab. Echo. Cicely, is that you? Shh, we don't have much time. Let me tell you some small secrets about the mind. The mind is a complicated structure. Through here, you can regain some of the information you forgot. When you're lost, remember to find your path here. During the effect, you can attack enemies in the mind to force them into fights to find a way out. But you have to be careful. This is the depths of your mind after all. Forcing fights could easily lead to a mind collapse. Cicely, I go. I'll always be with you. Don't leave me! Where am I going?
外の世界ってどんな世界だろう。
Oh, here we go. Some projects, Sylvian materials were modified. Those kids were dead, and she was also destroyed. Who would care about these meaningless data now? So, I don't even know how to say that. Project. She, Father, how many secrets do you have? The routine check is done. Among these children, 6 samples are qualified to enter the next round of cultivation. I found that their minds have a higher fusion rate. Professor... Wait, what? Oh! It's the best you said, Father. Maybe just interacting with the world is so different. We could abandon those native ideas, take another look at the previous experiments from a broader viewpoint. These are failures through and through without a doubt. I was working in the wrong direction right from the beginning. Thankfully, I still have time. The mind is a deep subject. I will come up with a satisfactory answer one day. These should be the most important memories in this section of your mind. Grey Raven's Commandant mind connection has stabilized your mind. You could stay here a while longer. Would you like to leave or stay in the mind to explore more information? stage. Lots of important things to do out there. Let's leave. Didn't seem like there was much in the room. Can't tell about to get hit with Dead Space 2 moment. Right? Echo sits up abruptly, clutching her forehead in pain. How are you feeling? Leah shot down the mind disruptor from afar, but the after effects are not likely to subside anytime soon when it comes to mind interferences. It's no big deal. I just remembered some things, and those were not pleasant memories. Recalling the memories she saw in her mind, she finds it ironic that the songs about justice and order were placed within the journals of the Mind Research Project. That place used to be different. It should have been. What should it have looked like? The good she remembers mixes with the ugly she never recognized, forming series of chains that have confined her tightly. Calm down! Echo looks to be in great pain, and the armor aside begins to produce a strange hum. You cannot help but feel that Echo has a really close tie with the corona test subject. Right, I'm okay, I just need a minute. Taking a deep breath, Echo looks slightly less pale. Having made sure that her mind is not greatly deviated, you begin to sort out the bits and pieces of information you glimpsed in her mind after getting Echo's permission. Utopia has been performing illegal research on the mind this whole time. No wonder they can produce so many devices that can directly interfere with the mind. But what is the connection between Echo and Pikmin? Was she one of the samples? Echo quiets down upon hearing your question. No, he adopted me and raised me, letting me call him father. That's always the fucked up part of these things. Echo is Pikmin's adopted daughter. Such an intimate bond. With this new clue, you cannot help but reevaluate this temporary alliance you have with Echo. I knew you'd react this way. However suspicious or doubtful you are, this information should verify part of what I've told you. I hope that's enough to convince you to uphold our alliance. Contemplate. Seemingly well-behaved but chaotic children, the mysterious journals, and everything else seem to have just the laboratory as more than meets the eyes. Has Utopia always been like this? It wasn't like this at first. Pikmin I mean, he used to be loving and patient. He'd let us play on the deck, and he'd take us to play on the deck. I don't know how he became the way he is now. Echo quiets down and suddenly, probably recalling the research journal she saw in her memory. Was that really the case, or was this kindness always a facade? These journals from your mind were all written by Pikmin? Yes. He used to bring me with him all the time when I was younger. I probably saw those journals back then. He didn't avoid me when he was working. I don't know why I have no recollections on any of them, but that should be it. If Echo's memories were accurate, why did the penmanship look kind of familiar to you? We know him? You seem to have seen a similar signature on a report before. Oh my god, that was too difficult. You suddenly remember another scrawny man with golden eyes. Mr. Curno, please hurry up. You're gonna be late for the meeting. Curno? When I was still a member of Curno, I met him in person and also accidentally came across his data file. I thought he was on the board of the directors, but it turned out his name was just a coincidence. Could it be him? The doctor whose name coincidentally appeared on your inspection report during your confined treatment? Has Pikmin told you anything about Babylonia? Never. He left for scientific exchanges occasionally, but he never mentioned the outside world. Is something wrong? I'm not sure yet. Echo turned silent again. She seems to have encountered layer after layer of mysteries. Each time she lifts a layer, she would find the answer behind it written in blood. Every discovery would burden her with another shackle filled with sins. Devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what is righteous, as if the things I insist on are a joke. Her voice sounds desperate, as if she's suffocating. We'll chase down every lead, no matter what. Right or wrong, the truth will be revealed one way or another. Rest, we have a long way to go tomorrow. Echo quiets down again, leaning on the armor as she closes her eyes. I want one of those armor things, man. It would be nice. No, they don't have hair. The vehicle outside the conservation area seems to have waited there for a while. Trojan approaches it from nearby travel stain. Oh, she's cute. I like her. The deal has no work during my break. Or was no work during my break. I'll have to charge him triple my hourly rate. I'll let Mr. Norman know. Excuse me, I'm probably not breathing enough. And here's the vehicle and equipment you requested. Although it's naive to think that this thing can help catch the Colonel test subject, I suppose it's better than not having it. I appreciate that. I usually don't think I'm really good at reading out loud, but here we are. What happens with the information I told you to spread? It's out there. The purifying force doesn't seem to buy it, but seeing that they did lose their target, they had to send some of theirs to investigate the conservation areas that sighted a construct with purple hair. Expand the spread of information towards the center of the clean zone. It'll be easier to deal with the rest if we manage to draw those people away. The unknown construct leaves after Trojan communicates the plans forward. She opens the door to the vehicle and turns to look in the direction of the conservation area 109. That's enough money to retire if I manage to capture the Kurno test subject. I like the whole situation, the outfit, everything. Oh, maybe not. The chest situation looks a little uncomfortable, but I like the hair and stuff. Whatever. Trojan grumbles before sighting and stepping into the vehicle, leaving Conservation Area 109 behind. Choso has really gorgeous eyes. Like purpley pink galaxy. Fail. Oops. Is this the same? I already did that. Also, I'll go back and do it later. Will sits in a corner in silence. The air in the room is still as a frozen lake. Liv has entered Conservation Area 112 as planned. Conservation Area 112. It's time to restart the investigation on Silver Falcon. Wells looks up as if triggered by a keyword. He takes out the badge with the sharp edges of his pocket. The Silver Falcon, eager to take off from his palm. Silver Falcon. Has the proposal to restart the investigation finally passed? The report on Fort Winter has records of Conservation Area 112 on it. They suspected the two were related, thus approving the investigation. The mission briefing back then. Silver Falcon immediately went to the surface after receiving reports of corrupted and hetero creature activities. Their objective was to protect the residents of 112 while eliminating as many enemies as possible. It was a standard mission, but they never came back. By the time I found out, every member was listed as deceased. An entire elite squad was decimated in such a simple mission, yet no one suspected any wrongdoing, not even me. Was no one suspicious for real? Wells. Cicely, Nada, Arabella, Zika. Is this belated justice even necessary? Wells goes quiet. Hassan wants to offer a few words, but he has no idea what to say. Right then, they hear a knock at the door. Come in. I finished analyzing part of the research data we retrieved from Fort Winter. From what I can tell, their research direction was twofold. Mind fusion and mind replication. There isn't much I can find on the former, as mind replication was the main objective of Fort Winter. I've combined through all of their known database, but I haven't discovered anything else on mind fusion. Mind fusion? Carno proposed this idea before, but there's no actual experiment data on Fort Winter. From the text I could analyze, Carno had proposed something even more extreme upon the foundation of the mind fusion. They theorized that one of the requirements the Ascension Network used to filter ascendants was a powerful enough mind. If they could expand a mind to include as many consciousnesses as possible, they would create a powerful enough one that would approach the Ascension Network with a greater chance to become Ascendant. Is that really possible? It's completely unrealistic based on our current theories, but then the punishing virus is beyond the scope of our understanding. Remember the two constructs from Strikehawk? Kamui and Camu? Kurino has no doubt acquired special means through many unconventional experiments. Judging by how the mind of the two Strikehawk constructs are fused, Kurino's research on this area is apparently quite mature. So my question to your answer, or my answer to your question is that I can't confirm if it's possible. If they are indeed conducting this type of experiment, I suggest looking into the records of defecting and missing constructs. Babylonian constructs would be the best test subjects for them. I am indeed dyslexic sometimes. Asimov returns to the Science Council after the meeting. This was part of the other story that I was going to talk about, or not talk about, but I wanted to visit soon, because apparently Liv is in one of these containers. Not Liv the Commandant, Liv the Construct. Asimov returns to the Science Council after the meeting. His terminal rings and receives a seemingly normal report on a construct frame. Tapping the screen of his terminal, he finds the details of the report listed one by one. Aurora Squadron, Corona's private laboratory, compatibility between mines. Is this what comes after that Fort Winter file? Mines are more compatible if they live in the same social system under the same rules. Are mines that can highly identify with the same set of mundane rules fundamentally capable of passing the Ascension Network's filtering? It doesn't matter, this file arrives just in time. He deletes the browsing history and thinks for a second before opening another chat window on his terminal. Always delete the history. Conservation area. There was no one inside the aircraft before you. Echo leads you to search inside to no avail, as it appears to have been abandoned for a while. This is the Flying Fortress? It looks a little different from the massive flying fortress Echo described. Utopia is a fleet of flying fortresses. Say that one. Tongue twister. This is only one of the smaller ones. If necessary, the flying fortresses can be disassembled, leaving just the large one in the center. She cautiously bends down and inspects one of the tracks on the ground. Lena was here. This here and this here are tracks she left behind. She must have been here before. It seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Lena once taught me to read secret codes their squad used. I found it here. She left behind clues on the next location she's going to investigate. Echo was about to look closer at the hidden codes when a static noise suddenly appears from the abandoned, seemingly defective control panel nearby. Lissa. Some audio devices seem to have been activated and you hear a rasping voice all around you. No, that's impossible. It's been a while, Lissa. It's so creepy. How have you been? It's getting warmer now. Your cooling system has some issues, so don't forget to repair it, or you can come find me and I'll make all your little problems go away. I'll never go back. Stop pretending. Why are you doing this? Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Be fair, be just, be humble, be prudent. Wasn't that what you taught me? Why would you betray Utopia? Didn't you write those rules yourself? Cough. Haha. Every fine rule and grand vision has prerequisites. Above these foundations are a set of separate rules, obviously. Everything has a price. Did I not teach you that as well? No, we shouldn't be this way. Our Utopia never changed, Alyssa. One day you will understand what your father has done, just like they did. You will become my true family. Who are they? Oh, right. You're seeking information on your friends, aren't you, Alyssa? Is it Lena from Caribou? I remember her. She was a special one. Stubborn, just like my little Alyssa. Don't say that! So you had a lot of fun together back then, didn't you? Or is it someone from earlier? Nana from Silver Falcon? She was a bit of a bookworm, wasn't she? Sad. I keep telling her not to read so much. They were more or less useless. Or is it... Enough! Alyssa. The raspy voice starts laughing unabashedly. One day you will know what great work your father has been doing. If you want information on your friends, there are a few backup files in this control panel. You can take them with you. But remember, I'm right in Utopia, waiting for you. The voice disappears before Echo can speak again. Echo? I'm alright. Didn't he say there are backup files in the control panel? Let's go find them. That was Pikmin's voice, wasn't it? Yes. I didn't leak our location. I don't know how he found me. I appreciate it. Lee has been monitoring the surroundings during the entire operation. He has not detected any suspicious signals this whole time. I can't understand him. You were going to refrain from this topic, but Echo starts talking unprompted. The utopia when I was little was genuinely a wonderful place. It was like the paradise written in the books, a place where everyone lived in harmony. But I don't remember, or don't even know when, he became like this. I never broke those rules even after I left Utopia. I thought Utopia would return to the way it was if I kept following the rules and defending justice. Ah, generational trauma. Was I wrong? Echo looks up, her eyes brimming with tears. Everything has changed. She quickly wipes away her tears and turns to look at you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying that at a time like this. Their control panels all share common passwords. I remember a few of them. Let me give it a try. Her fingers tremble as she punches in the wrong codes a few times. The control panel buzzes, alarmed. Echo? What's wrong? She hastily wipes her eyes again, trying to hide the trails of her tears. Justice itself isn't wrong. But I don't know what to do anymore. What even is justice? Aren't you doing a great job? I'm doing a great job. Remember when we first met outside the conservation area? You helped the woman who was being bullied. She could be a child's mother or an old man's daughter. Echo helping the woman could mean a full meal for the whole family. Even when she does not know what justice is or what she should do, protecting the weak is always an act of justice. Words and concepts are never clear. Knowing your desire and doing what's right is good enough. Is that so? Echo still looks a little lost, but her fingers have stopped shaking. Inputting a code again, she unlocks the control panel. I'm through. A folder sits alone on the screen. Clicking on it reveals document after document. Each document is a detailed file on one of Echo's friends, everything from their basic information to their hobbies and interests. The details. Father, Dr. Pickman, was very nice to everyone. He even remembered everyone's birthday and interests. Everyone in Utopia liked him back then. Can sentiments like that really be a facade? When his information is here. Echo opens the file entitled ET-0215, Lena. Construct, Squad Unknown. Attempted to infiltrate the outer flying fortresses of Utopia multiple times. Current status, missing. That's great news, Lena's alive. Based on the direction she was going to investigate, this is the place. Opening the holographic map on her terminal, she pinpoints a new location. Near Conservation Area 107. Another conservation area with the head of a creature-related missing persons. This is no coincidence. We shall rest here tonight before we keep going. Until then, let me continue the story of Utopia. More! Do I have to, like, finish that correct? Right? I was gonna say, do I have to finish this completely to get up to the 20, but it's 25-6, 25-7, 25-8, and then up there's 25-20, so... I'll keep pushing forward. Oh man, even though I'm running out of time. I was the cause of all these sins. Utopia might not have existed if it weren't for me. Dr. Pipkin was always doing experiments, and he would occasionally ask for our help, although we didn't understand what he was doing. We were all happy to lend a hand. He encouraged us to become constructs when the time is right, saying that constructs could help more people. Therefore, I kept going, despite how difficult the process was. He was really happy the day my operation succeeded. However... Cicely! Look, the operation was successful. I'm also a construct now. I'll be able to work with you in the future. Alyssa? You agreed to be a construct? I did. Father said I'd be able to help him complete more work and enforce the rules in Utopia if I became his construct. I put a lot of thought into picking this frame. Cicely, what's wrong? It's nothing. I'm just too tired. You've become a construct. It may not be a bad thing, but at least you'll have a better shot at leaving this place. Leaving this place? Are you saying we'll go on a mission together one day? I look forward to that day as well. Yeah, me too. Cicely's smile looks forced. Did Dr. Pickman say anything else? He mentioned you. Father took me to a physical examination after the operation. He said my data looked good, just like yours. And he said something about initiating the final plan. What is the final plan? I asked him about it, but he just said it was a grown-up thing. He said it would make us a real family, but I didn't understand the rest. She seems way too young to consent to something like this. If she doesn't understand grown-up things, maybe, you know. I see. By the way, where is Nada? She told me she had a book she wanted to recommend to me, but her roommate told me she was gone when I looked for her in her room earlier. Did she leave Utopia? Yes, she did. She was the last one. Cicely, are you feeling unwell? Should you go see a doctor? I'm alright. Cicely smiles with relief as if she made a decision. Leaning down slightly, she caresses Alyssa's forehead just like the countless times she did in the past. Cicely. Alyssa, do you remember the fairy tale I used to tell you? The princess named Eliza? Of course, that was my favorite story. No matter how dangerous or difficult it is, there is always hope as long as you have righteousness and kindness in your heart. Is that so? Keep it in your mind, Alyssa. There is nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually... Several researchers are busy working inside the Utopia laboratory when Pikmin opens the door and walks in. Is there still a problem? Yes, Doctor. A rejection reaction happened when we tried to fuse different minds together. This marks the 58th external test subject in the extracted consciousness to reject each other. The rate of rejection has decreased, but... It's fine. Failure is inevitable. Every path to truth is paved with countless failures. It's just killing people, then? What about the samples from Utopia? We've deployed them and your direction has proven accurate. The rejection rate of that batch is lowered to 27.25%, but didn't you say... Don't worry, I found the solution. We finished preparing the test subject we're going to use as a vessel. To lower the chance of rejection, prioritize planting the consciousness shard from our Utopia test subject into the vessel's mind. As long as our vessel is steadfast enough, we'll be able to cultivate a mind that is strong enough. Father... Alyssa, what is it? The new group of residents is misbehaving. They weren't happy with the resources they were rationed, so they took other people's food and water. But we allocated those resources according to the rules. Alyssa complains angrily, but Pikmin just looks at her compassionately. Those are not important anymore, Alyssa. Father? Alyssa cannot believe her ears as her father disregards the rules he used to care about the most. You can decide if you think it is wrong, Alyssa. Do what you want to do. I have to work on the experiment now. It is very important. This is a very important one. If it succeeds, we'll become a real family. Stop saying that! You manipulative dick. Bringing a notice signed by Pikmin, Alyssa disciplines the disruptive students harshly. Those who injured others have received half rations or exiled to the outermost part of Utopia until their conduct improves. Everyone receives a set amount of rations and can work to get extra. How can they take it from someone else? Today's work is almost over, and there's still time until the break. I should go find Cicely. She should be able to tell me the story of Eliza again if she has the time. She dead. Cicely? Walking past a laboratory that has never been opened before, Alyssa suddenly stops in her tracks. She can hear Cicely and Dr. Pikmin talking inside. Have you really made up your mind? I think it's a little bit of a shame. I was going to save you for last, although her data is more suitable as a test subject. You fit the vision I have in my research more. Only a mind that has gone through enough hardship can be strong enough. She isn't there yet. If I'm more suitable than her, like you said, why didn't you choose me in the first place? After all, not in the others were my teammates. However you put it, I'm the one who can be the core. Oh my god. Not is dead. Perhaps you're right. Do you want to take a look? Our future utopia? What are they talking about? The door is already open. Peeking through the gap is not technically... Alyssa carefully widens the gap a little bit and peeks inside, where she sees Cicely calmly standing next to an inactive suit of armor. So, none of the others are all inside now? Do I finally get to see you again? Nada, Zika, Arabella? She touches the armor's shoulder lovingly. Don't worry, life stops for all of us here. None of us will age or die. That's kind of dying. This is the ultimate utopia. I changed my mind. I don't want one of those armors. Cicely chuckles ambiguously. Any other preparations? You can see them now if you want. That's it then. Cicely? Melissa has no idea what they are talking about, but she senses the danger intuitively. The smell of blood spreads like rust soaked in rain. Alyssa opens the door, regardless of the consequences, running towards Cicely. Alyssa, shouldn't you be... Cicely has specifically chosen to do this during Alyssa's work hours. Alyssa never arrives late or leaves early. Why is she here right now? Go back, Alyssa. What are you doing? I'm too tired, Alyssa. I'm just going to rest. Don't be scared. Remember what I told you? Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us one day. I probably won't make it to that day. I'm sorry, Alyssa. I'm just too tired. Please allow me to be selfish this one time. Oh, see more of this world for me, if you would. No, Cicely! The memory ends here abruptly. Oh my god. I don't remember what happened afterward. That was the first time I found out what Dr. Pickman was doing. He was conducting a horrifying experiment, and the most important ingredients for his experiment were Cicely and me. Devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what is righteous. He made those rules and he broke them as well. Don't they all? He always told me his experiment was going to make us a real family, but I didn't know. Echo quiets down, looking mournful. So, this armor... She's Cicely, but not entirely. Inside the armor are a lot of consciousness shards, some of which are quite damaged while others wake up from time to time. Cicely is acting on instinct most of the time. They classified Cicely as a bioweapon, but most people who tried to connect to her were devoured by the enormous mind. Only I can establish a connection with her. Pigman didn't know why either, and neither did I. She's protecting you. Perhaps she wants to protect me, but I just want them to travel this sun-kissed world with me. Oh! I thought the armor was cool at first, but now I'm just sad. There's been a wave of new hetero creatures attacking around here recently. Several constructs who went out patrolling disappeared, and the people inside the conservation area were rightfully scared. Hey, you there, don't move. Who are you? Who are you? The Babylonia Task Force, I'm here on a mission. You should have received a notice from me. The staff member inspects your identification thoroughly before opening the door on the side. Small groups of people gather inside the conservation area, muttering and discussing something. Seeing Echo as you approach, they all pretend nothing is going on and cautiously disperse. Something's amiss. People in conservation area under Babylonia should not have reacted this way when they saw a commandant sent here to investigate. Back in the other conservation areas you were investigating, some were glad to see Babylonia's arrival, while others were mad that it took Babylonia so long to send someone there. But none of them were this alert, as if they were all protecting a secret. It should be fine, I think. It doesn't seem too strange to me. Doesn't the first chapter of the regulations of conservation areas emphasize the importance of remaining alert and being cautious of outsiders? I don't see what's wrong with how they're acting. Quite the expert with regulations. The regulations of conservation areas are written into a thick tome. You wonder how she managed to memorize every rule on it. I just thought the book was a great referencing material, so I read it a couple of times. The systems written are the different ones from what I've learned. Do you used to learn things like this as well? We all learned from the same book before Utopia changed. Inside the book were all rules we needed to follow on Utopia. It's different from the regulations of conservation areas. Similar, but not the same. Utopia's rules emphasize fairness and justice, kindness and virtues. It's requested to us to treat other people kindly and respectfully. The rules were so loving that they didn't seem to belong to this area. Meanwhile, the regulations of conservation areas warn us about outsiders and refugees coming from beyond. Utopia's rules didn't mention anything similar. Utopia's rules taught us to find Dr. Pickman if we ran into troubles. He would help us resolve everything. Lena said that it was wrong. Dr. Pickman couldn't possibly help everyone this way. But Dr. Pickman said he wanted to create utopia on Earth, a place that was peaceful and decent, fair and just, somewhere people could coexist lovingly. But Echo stops talking. Did Lena's message mention what she planned to do here? She mentioned seeing Kurno's people around this area, and she was coming here to investigate. It's those people. The others? Echo quickly pulls you away to the side. Not too far from the outer side of the conservation area stands a group of people in strange uniforms. Are the combat uniforms... Those are the combat uniforms of the Aurora Squadron. What are they doing here? You sneak toward them while hiding in an alley. The Aurora Squadron soldiers say something to the residents, and the residents all drop the tools in their hands to follow the soldiers away from the conservation area. A few soldiers lead in front while the rest bring up the rear as if worried that the residents are going to run away. What are they doing? An obviously external force entering the conservation area should have alarmed the guards. So why are they not here to stop them? Let's follow them. Right after they leave the safe zone to the conservation area, the soldiers begin to create strange trails of fighting on the ground. That's the hetero creatures? Time's running out. Go after them. Oh my god. Pressure! Pressure! Abandoned village, temporary Aurora Squadron base. I still don't think this is a good place. We could have stayed in Babylonia's conservation area. Yes, we have to work for supplies there, but at least they're clean. Things you get without doing anything. Is there really such a thing as free lunch? Let's go back, it's getting late. This is different, they promised us. They promised us water, food, warm clothes. I don't want to go back. I don't want to work so hard for only a few supplies. Who cares about justice? I just want free bread. Relatable. Tate, what about you? Are you asking Asker here? I don't know, but I'm starving too. Tate. I don't care about those things. I just want food. I'm so hungry. Is that the Babylonian commandant? Shh, quiet. We don't want to get caught by them. Let me get you out of here. They seem reluctant to leave, but please give me more time. I have to bring them back. I promised their mother. Who's that? Nivi? Who are these two? They are from Babylonia. Nivi, why did you do this? I have to enter Utopia no matter what. I'm gonna live the kind of life they described. That's not gonna happen, my man. Who are we attacking? Oh, okay, guards. I was like, I'm not gonna attack these people. There it is. Still something left to attack? Oh, okay, I get the camera mode now. I switched it out. Did I lose two already? Uh-oh. I'm very good at this rescuing. So it kind of is like a fairy tale. Not fusion. I forget what the word is. Oh god, he's gonna die. No, don't help me. Stand back. Help the other guy. Stop helping me. You are not fit to be a tank right now. You don't need to fight. Everything's under control. Is his health back up? That's where we came from. I'm so scared. There's another barrier. Direction I came from. Used to be the guy at the store telling you to fight. Right? He's in rags. Starving. And yeah, he's in their face trying to tank while I'm like flying around and shit. There with that money, don't let them get away alive. The residents they took away are all in this warehouse. God. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna fucking die. Stop trying to be useful. Just go sit on that crate over there. He wins these though. No. Oh god, he's a- No, stop it! Push my way between you two. Knock it off. So that's done. Yeah, I only get one of them. To your surprise, the residents you saved do not look happy after you chased the Aurora Squadron away. Disappointed man. That's what his name is. You can't see it because of my picture, but there he is. Disappointed man. Why would you do this? The gentleman promised us water and food and warm clothes. Those things came with a price. They were going to experiment on you. No one cares! The gentleman told us we could become their family as long as we followed their rules. Why would you stop us from entering Utopia? Those people have left. You can't go to Utopia today. Go back to the conservation area. It's late now. Oh, yeah, it's late now. This place isn't safe anymore. The disappointed resident glares at Echo, but Echo ignores him as if she is used to it. Do you really think such a good thing exists? Certainly, they promised us. We just needed to follow them. You wanted to follow them because you want to live, right? Who doesn't want to live? Do you think only big shots like you deserve to live in this world? We also want to live. Commandants and soldiers fight. Farmers farm. Everyone has to work hard to survive. The conservation area offers the same if you work hard. Water, food, warm clothes, and more. Do you really want to be their family? Or are you just lazy? You! Accusing others won't get you away from your own problems. You ready to believe what she said? You already believe what she said, don't you? Why else have they stayed instead of running away with the Aurora Squadron? The woeful man walks away angrily, no longer berating Echo. He joins a few other residents and begins the way back to the conservation area. A few are missing. Did they leave with the Aurora Squadron? Yeah. They were stealthy and joined the soldiers as they left hastily. Echo lets out a quiet sigh. Some people are definitely seeking an easier life in this world, while others are at their wits' end, no longer motivated to go forward. Instead of an easier life, it's more like a way out. Stop overthinking it. But she's right! Echo sighs again. Right? I haven't thanked you yet, Commandant. It's alright. When I escaped Constellia and decided to look for Lena, I found a bunch of conservation areas like this one. You mean... Pikmin hasn't given up on his plan. He's taking advantage of the mobility of his flying fortresses to build many incomplete utopias like this everywhere. They usually indoctrinate their residents by enticing them with plentiful resources. They tell them they can become their family if they follow their rules, and the well-behaved ones can enter their utopia. I saved some residents like them before, but none of them believed a word I said. You were the only one who spoke up for me. Thank you. Remember the story you told me? Justice is bound to echo through the land. Don't be afraid, Alyssa. Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. There's nothing to worry about. Even when the rules here begin to crumble, even when you are trapped in this quagmire, at least you're still alive. You can still dismantle everything. There's no time to waste. Let's go. Blurry memories linger in her mind. Something has been shattered in her heart, only to become the foundation of a stronger wall. Echo. Sorry, I got carried away. What were you saying? We can follow the trails of the Aurora Squadron to their base. Time is short. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. No. There's actually that many of these I can't get through the story today. Because it's already time. Such good storytelling, man. So good. Maybe we'll be able to do it next week. There's still 27 days on it, so we got a little bit of time. Decided you to join Red Moon. Goth Daddy! Oh, what? I'll replace the current channel. Let's display it here. Happy to switch to a different channel. The original functions of the command bureau have been integrated to inform them for quick actions. United Command Bureau. So cute, so cute. Bear. Okay, I'll do spoilers at a different time. Although I do have a lot of black cards. Do we try? Let's see what she looks like. Oh, I love that one. I love this dress so much. Nanami, yeah, that was her name. I don't think I have Live Empire yet. Yeah, there was another one, Nanami Starfarer. That's the one with the mech. What the difference between them? Oh, I liked her. 21. I'm 2,500. I can't search 10 times. Cog pack. Archimedes. Shard. These aren't black cards. I can do it. No? I don't understand. Oh, 1900. Okay, yeah, I understand. I understand. I'm not losing it. Sad. Like that. Oh yeah, these are new. Oh, that bunny. So angry. Oh, Krennic gets a cat. Oh my god. Yeah, 60 though. Pity is coming up. I don't know what that means. Black cards. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Oh, we have a lot of those. Oops. Yeah, special animation. Oh, I want that. I only have one pub so far. Cog pack. Overclock alloy. Did I do it? I think I did it. It's not Echo. I did! Yeah! Oh, I got her too. I thought I already had Lucia. I mean, I do, but in a different form. I thought I already had that form. Exciting. I like her a lot. Something about the sleeves always gets me. I always go for the big sleeves. 813 is last. Guaranteed A rank or above in 10 pulls. Okay, I get it. Do one more. Aww. An effort was made. I'll save up and see if I can do it again. At some point.
Hi.
Don't do that! Don't English at me, it makes me feel weird. Oh shit. I thought I already had Magma Pillar. And... Guardian? Maybe. Yeah. I got that from reading the bottom, finally. Just trying to figure out where the information was. I barely know what I'm doing here. I'm just here to collect prizes. Alright. But I do have to peace out of here because it's past my time. We'll probably do this again next week. Unless for some reason I get into another anime girl thing. The Uma one isn't until August 30th, I think it said, was the global release. So yeah, unfortunately I still have to put some work in and stuff for the day. And I gotta eat and everything, so I will be back. I think I'm gonna do Alien Isolation on Friday, just at least start it and see what is going on. But I will see you guys soon. I appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to the stories. It was really good storytelling. And I will be back on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern with Alien Isolation for some spooky stuff. I appreciate you. Bye!